Peaceful Nick the Medium, and welcome to this free live session in the Proof of Life group in Facebook to learn about how mediumship works. So let's see if we can, if anybody's here. I can't see it live on the screen here. So if you're here, can you put something in the chat? Oh, okay, I see it. Thanks. I never know if it's going to work or not. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So first, let's do some intros. Hi, Melody. Put your name. You don't have to put first and last if you don't want, or where you're from, where you're watching from. And hi, Kathi. I'm so glad you guys are here. I'm so excited to teach you guys about mediumship, and I am overwhelmed by the wonderful, incredible response from my post yesterday about, have you ever seen a ghost or a spirit? There are still people answering, and hi, Melody from Maine. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Nick. Mr. Nick. I'm Nick. My professional mediumship name is Peaceful Nick, or Nick. My name is Nicole, as you can see. That's my born name, Nicole, but my whole family calls me Nick. Nick from LA, Wen from Texas, Delaware, Elaine. Hello, hi from Wisconsin, Sandy. So my professional mediumship name is Peaceful Nick the Medium, and I'm on all the socials. My largest following's on TikTok, but I'm moving away from there and more towards Facebook and YouTube. I'm really moving my content for a variety of reasons. TikTok's algorithm's a little wonky. And it's not always dependable. You know, there's issues with lots of different social media platforms, but I'm really moving my content more towards Facebook and YouTube. And so thank you, everybody, for being here. Sherry from Texas, Kelly, Teresa, hi. Gina, hi. Hi, everyone. Let me know where you're from while we wait for everybody to log in. And I'm going to talk a lot about how spirit communication works and why, if you've seen a ghost or a spirit, why that is and what that means. I have been teaching, I'm actually a scientist by training. I've been a science professor and a science educator for a total of about 20 years. Hi, Kathi from Indiana, Gina from North Carolina, Dakota from Arizona. So I've been in the science community for many, many years. My bachelor's degree is biology. My master's degree is in astronomy. And I still work in science communication and education, but I also, about 6 years ago, started having some profound mediumship experiences. Hi, RS Sam from Canada. And I went to mediumship school and became a professional medium. And I also got certified to teach mediumship at the Odd Bod School of Mediumship in the UK. Hi, Yvonne from Ireland. Hello, everyone, and welcome. So I love answering questions and I love teaching in general, but now that I am a full-time medium and my science is now part-time and my mediumship is now full-time, hi, Debbie and Suzanne. I am still very passionate about teaching, and I'm passionate about mediumship. And so this little live is to teach everybody all about the experiences that many of you commented on yesterday. And I think there's a dog fight outside my office, so excuse me if you can hear those dogs barking. That has never happened out there before since when I've been working. But I love teaching about mediumship, and I teach classes. I have a new class starting March 16th. And if you're interested in mediumship readings, medium Kathi and I will be live in this group Thursday around the same time. There's an event posted. 7 to 8:30. We're going to do a 90-minute mediumship gallery. So join us then. If you want to get a free mediumship reading, or a chance to get a free mediumship reading. I appreciate everyone being here. And I imagine people will kind of pop in and out. And Maureen, hi. Suzanne, hi. Hello, hello, everyone. So, what do you guys know? Give me a yes or a no. Do you guys know what your clairs are? So we're going to talk about clairs, because in the post yesterday, hello, in the post yesterday when I asked if people ever saw a ghost or a spirit, a lot of people had the same answer, that they smelled their loved ones, or they smelled cigarettes, or they smelled a cigar, or they could smell perfume. Sherry, some of them, everybody else know so far. Okay, that's wonderful, because I can teach you guys what they are. So there are several clairs, and you'll see them listed a little differently depending on where you look them up. And I have some really good YouTube videos. So if you want a bunch of free information, learning, to watch my lives, I post YouTube videos all the time. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's at Peaceful Nick, or Peaceful Nick the Medium YouTube channel, and Nick is N-I-K. So hello, Yvonne, RS Sam, Maggie, Danica, hello. So the clairs, thank you for reminding me, Danica, what I was talking about. As a teacher, my mind goes all over the place. The clairs are clear, seeing, feeling, knowing, smelling, touching, all of your senses you have in your body normally, seeing, hearing, feeling, touching, all of those you have as a medium or as a human. They're the sixth sense, as you will, right? So you've all heard of things like you have a very strong intuition. Someone with a very strong intuition is using their claircognizance. So there are some science fiction movies. I can't remember the name of the one I'm thinking of, but it has Tom Cruise, and they have these claircogs like hooked into these machines, and they can tell when a crime is going to happen ahead of time. If you remember what it is, put it in the chat. But they're using their claircognizance, which is your ability to know something before it's going to happen. So if you've ever had a precognitive dream, Minority Report, thanks, Nick. I couldn't remember it. If you've ever had a dream that happened, like the actual, whatever you dreamt about happened like the next day or a couple days later, that's a precognitive dream. So cognitive, cognition, all of those are knowing something. So claircognizance is clear knowing. And literally, I believe, Nick, correct me if I'm wrong, in Minority Report, I believe they called the people claircogs. I'm pretty sure that's what they call them. Claircognizance is when you know something before it's going to happen. Now, this is an ability I have had my whole life, but didn't know that other people didn't have this ability. I thought, silly, everyone knew what somebody was going to say before they said it. I thought everyone knew right before a car accident was going to happen. I thought everyone knew, when the teacher in high school was going to skip giving a quiz that day. I didn't know that that was a mediumship ability until I got trained to be a medium about 5 years ago. So I started having mediumship experiences about 6 years ago, like true, real ones. and then got trained and became a professional medium about 3.5 years ago. And now I'm a full-time medium. So, I'm sorry, I forgot to put do not disturb on my phone. So sorry for the jingling. So that's the first claircognizance. And if you have it, if you know something that's going to happen before it happens, and I know Suzanne said many precognitive dreams. If you know something's going to happen before it happens, put it in the chat. Give me a yes. If you have claircognizance. That is a clair most people have that don't know they have it. Elaine, yes. It's a good one because you can have it and not know. And you can have mediumship abilities and not know. Yvonne, yes. Danica, yes. I'm so glad I'm getting all these yeses. You guys, this is just the beginning. So the next one I want to talk about is clairvoyance. Shannon, sometimes Melody, yes. Yes, good, good, good. Excellent. So Kathy's had dreams that come true. Those are precognitive dreams. That means you have claircognizance. Suzanne, yes. Wonderful. This is great. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to have this back and forth interaction. I post it to my daughter's messenger because people don't believe me and laugh at me. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I will believe you because as a scientist who started seeing people who passed away as clear as day in her head, and they were talking to me out of the clear blue sky, I thought I was crazy. And my husband and my kids, very supportive, never doubted me for a minute, never said anything mean. But the outer family has had some, rumblings. I will not laugh at you. And it's something, and I can tell you with the science background has actually helped me immensely with my mediumship because I have to look for evidence to know something's real. Jill, yes. Jill, I'm sorry that it scares you. I can help you make that subside. We'll talk about boundaries. And actually, this is important, and I'm just going to pause this Claire talk real quick for Jill. If it scares you, you can talk to the spirit world. You can talk to your spirit guides. I have some videos about finding your spirit guides on my YouTube channel. Please go subscribe over there. If you are scared, you can say out loud or you can say in your head, and it may take a couple times because you kind of got to be calm and focused. Please pull back your energy. You're scaring me. I don't want you to communicate with me that way. And you can learn boundaries to control when you allow them to communicate with you, because they're not trying to scare you. They're trying to get your attention, and they want to talk because they know certain people. And I always say we have our antennas up. We're like a radio. And so certain people who are open to communicating with spirit and don't know it yet, it can scare you because all of a sudden they're giving you messages. So hi, Carol. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Harge. Hi, Yvonne. So you can ask them, please back off with the energy. And if you want to develop it, you can learn how to develop it. And that's what my class in 2 weeks, March 16th, my class is about developing it. And this is kind of a preview to that class. So hi, Harge. So the next Claire, which is, I alluded to already, is clairvoyance. That's clear seeing. Now, a lot of people mistake this for, you always have to see it outside your head. Most people don't see it outside their head. Most people see it inside their head. And it can be very subtle. It doesn't have to be, earth-shattering. Oh, okay, Nick. Pepsi time. It doesn't have to be an earth-shattering, overwhelming vision. And some people have, I think it's called aphasia. There's a term for people who don't see things inside their head when they dream or think. I think it's about 10 or 20% of the population. I am very clairvoyant. I have very vivid dreams. So if you've ever been daydreaming, let's say you're in high school or college and your teacher or professor's just going on and on about something you're not interested in, and you just kind of stare off and you start daydreaming about, you know, I'm going to go out with my friends later and have dinner, and you can just see the restaurant you're in and you can see the activities. That is how clairvoyance looks in your mind. Now, my first mediumship experience that I knew was a mediumship experience was an extremely clairvoyant experience, and it was so shocking. I had found out someone had passed that I hadn't seen since they were a newborn, and it was 25 years later, and I laid down to take a nap, and I didn't know, I hadn't seen him or his mother for 25 years because I had moved away. And I hadn't talked to them. They were friends of my sister. And I laid down to take a nap. And in my head, I wasn't laying there 10 seconds, as clear as day, a very clear, I had clairvoyance and clairaudience. This adult 25-year-old, Brandon, I have permission to tell the story. Hi, Kim. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Lo. Hi, Suzanne. He said to me, I could see his hair, I could see his gold chain, I could see his red sweater, I could see his full face. He said, tell my mom I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. And so I could see him, that's clairvoyance. Hi, Loro. And I could hear him inside my head, not outside my head. Hi, Missy from Maine. So I used my clairvoyance and my clairaudience in my first very real, striking mediumship experience. And later I found out his mother showed me pictures of him with his red sweater, gold chain, and the way his hair looked and everything. And I've given her readings since then. And I think the 5 or 6 year, 6 year maybe anniversary of his passing just passed. And that was when I started my road to mediumship because of that experience. And it happened again a couple months later with another friend of the family who passed away, something very similar. And it's changed my life completely. I went from full-time science professor, educator, communicator, to a part-time science person. Hi, Kimberly, welcome to a full-time mediumship. So I do mediumship readings and teach mediumship classes, you know, full-time now. And it's made my life so much better, and I'm completely fulfilled, and I just love it so much. So thank you for being here. So we covered claircognizance, clairvoyance, and clairaudience. Put in the chat if you have clairvoyance or clairaudience. A lot of people told me about their clairs in the post from yesterday. Hi, Amy from Australia. Is it the middle of the night there? What time is it there? I guess it depends what part of Australia. Hi, Debbie. So put in the chat if you have clairvoyance, that's clear seeing, or clairaudience, that's clear hearing. And it can be inside your head or outside of your head. I have asked, hi, Shayna Cox. Oh, Kathy has all three. Wonderful. Shayna's from New York. Hello, Deborah. Oh, it's morning. Okay, wonderful. Hello, Natalie. Hello, Alita. Both outside your head. So I was just going to talk about that, Nick. And Elaine has all three. Shayna has audio. Okay, clairaudience. So outside of your head. Now, Nick, does it scare you? Because I have talked to my guides now that I've built a relationship with them, and asked them only outside my head when I allow it, like during my readings. It has happened to me, not at first, yes, no, it's just, okay. So you, oh, it just bugs me. Okay, so you can ask them to pull it back. Missy, what is it you do, may I ask? I am an evidential medium. I give mediumship readings connecting my clients to their loved ones who've passed away. So if you've lost a loved one that you want to connect with, I do readings all week and on the weekends, never on Sunday. Those are my days with hubby. But I do mediumship readings and I teach mediumship courses. And this is kind of a preview, but my mediumship classes are more, they're on Zoom, so you can talk back and forth to me, person to person. So Nick, you can ask them to pull it back. So yesterday when I posted the post about, have you ever seen a ghost or a spirit? I have had probably 600 or 700 people answer that, and a lot of them used clairalience. They can smell things. They smell tobacco, they smell food, they smell perfume. So that's clear smelling. There's also clear tasting, clairaugustance, and some websites will give these slightly different names, but the taste and smell kind of go together. Those are the two clairs I have the least, taste and smell. Occasionally I'll get the smell, very rarely I'll get a taste. And then there's clairsentience. Now, if you have ever smelled a loved one who's passed, perfume, tobacco, anything, put it in the chat, yes or no, if you've ever smelled something from a loved one that's passed. Hi, Latrista. Mary, yeah, that's clairalience. Mary has the smell. Kathi said, I saw my brother-in-law outside my head and he spoke to me without moving his mouth. Yes, so they'll speak telepathically, or you won't see their mouth moving, but you'll hear their voice. Very common. Did you see his whole body and feet? Most of the time they don't have feet because they're just manifesting the part you'll recognize. Lots of yeses. Mary, Sherry, Shannon, Shayna, Natalie, Gina, Missy. The East Coast Ghost Trekkers do a huge investigation in my home. Was able to communicate with my deceased dad. Wow, that is cool. Suzanne, yes. Loro, yes. Kathi, yes. Hi, Christine, Shayna. I don't see visuals very often, but I try to block it. It gets scary. So like I was saying earlier, that's such a great point. You can tell the spirit world, the spirits, the ghosts, however you define them, to pull back their energy. If it scares you, say, listen, you're scaring me. When the house my husband and I lived in, where we raised we have two sons, and my youngest son would see things occasionally, and I saw a couple of things in that house. It wasn't an old house. That's a myth. There have been people on this planet for a long time. Any place can have spirits. And I just said, and this was 20 years before I became a medium, and I just said out loud, and I had no training, I just was kind of guessing. I just said, please don't scare my family. I don't mind if you stay here, but please don't scare my family. And they never did. We'd see them occasionally. I mean, I would see a fully formed person walk through my kitchen in broad daylight with the lights on. Nick, you got a nice family. Thank you. And Shannon says, I used to smell my grandma last week. Yeah, so that's clairalience. You are using your sense of smell. And that's a common one because it can be so subtle. You can kind of say, oh, it's not really there. I just imagined it. But really, if it's something that you notice, that's the same over and over and over, it's probably a visitation. Hi, Lori. Let's see, Shayna. I started very young. My grandma would tell me to pray about it. It helped a little bit, but I realized it was something more of a gift as I got older. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. Yvonne, I saw this man in my dream who did something. He was holding the knife, like telling me. Okay. Do you have a question about that, Yvonne? What is that? I'm a little confused. Is that something that actually happened or something you just dreamt about? Alita, what if you want to, but you don't? What if you want to what and you don't? Can you clarify that? I'm reading a lot of comments. Oh, it did happen. So you had a precognitive dream. Yeah. Yeah. Precognitive dream. Yeah. That's using your claircognizance and probably clairvoyance and clairaudience. What are your thoughts on recurring dreams? Do those ever mean anything? I don't really know much about that. And so I don't really want to give an answer. And it probably depends on, are you stressed about something at the time? I have dreams that my teeth fall out all the time, not probably 4 or 5 times a year. I guess that's recurring. But I think that's just stress when I'm under stress. So pay attention to when those dreams are happening and are you stressed? That's my best guess. Aleda wants to see her dad. So you want to visually see him, ask him to present himself. And it depends. If it's really soon after they've passed, they probably won't. They like to wait and give you a little time to heal. And if you want to learn development tools, you can email me separately from here. It's peacefulnikthemedium@gmail.com. My information's on this group in different places. And I can help you kind of figure out how to figure that out. Oh, I'm getting a lot of comments. I'm going to go. Oh, you thought he was regretful. Yeah. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Amy. Teeth coming out. Things are out of your control. Yeah. And stressed. Yeah. You know, as a mother and a wife and someone who's, you know, a little bit older and, you know, have people in my life and things happening. Yeah, stress happens. And that's, yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw that, Nick, about the earthquake. I actually just moved from California to Florida a few months ago. And I still have a son in the Bay Area. That's where we were, in the Bay Area. I was in the Great Quake of '89, downtown San Francisco, actually. I was very young and I was all by myself on Powell Market in San Francisco. It was terrifying. Mary wants to know, have I asked any spirit if they've seen God? I've not asked a spirit that. That's a good question. I only ask spirit questions that are pertinent to the reading when I'm doing it. To me, God is more of a collective consciousness. We're moving closer to source with each iteration of our life here. We're here to grow our soul, to mature our soul, to learn hard lessons and become better and better and better at being better humans, to grow closer to God or source. So I have not asked that question. If a spirit wants to show me that, I welcome that. But because, you know, I believe there's a higher power. I believe in source or God or, you know, whatever label people want to put on it. I don't really ever feel compelled to ask that because I already know it's there. So I haven't asked that. Oh, Shayna, this is a great question. Mine is a recurring dream of a male I never met. It's so strange, and I'm always near a brick house. This could be one of two things. And this is something I was going to talk about tonight anyway. Spirit guides. It could be either your spirit guide or someone you lived a previous life with, but you don't remember in your daily life, so you dream about it. This is not uncommon. You can find out if it's your spirit guide. I have a couple of videos on my YouTube channel to help you go through exercises of finding your spirit guide. Or you can email me and I can send you the links directly. Or you can find somebody who does a past life regression and see if that is someone from a past life. So I would say 50-50. I mean, I'm leaning more towards spirit guide because that's what I know more about. I do not do past life regression, so I don't know as much about that. So I would lean towards spirit guide because our guides are always with us. And even if we don't know it, they're there. And so we can learn to find our guides. Now, I have a great story about spirit guides. So when I first started going to mediumship classes 5 years ago, I thought when my teacher said, okay, it's time to find your spirit guide, I thought, oh, what is this? What is she talking about? I don't believe this. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. I'm a scientist. I don't believe in spirit guides. So she said, you have to test them. So she walked us through the exercise to find our spirit guide. And then you give them a test to ask them for signs to see. I'm running out of voice, so pardon the halls. Give them a test to see if that's really them. So I said, okay. It was March. I'll never forget it. And I did my little exercise and I said, okay. I found my guide. His name is George, my main guide. I said, all right, if you're really there, I want to see a snow globe. So I tell my students, you have to test your guide to see if they're there. And so I say, don't ask for pennies or dimes because they're too easy to find. Don't ask for a pirate ship to pull up to your house because that's ridiculous. Like, when is that ever going to happen? You have to ask for something small enough or simple enough for them to be able to show you. So I asked for a snow globe. So lo and behold, an hour later, I'm scrolling social media as you do, and I see a snow globe on an ad for a psychic. And I thought, okay, well, that's a coincidence. A couple hours later, another snow globe on social media. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I'm still not buying it. The next day, my husband and I went to a golf shop, and right on the counter of the golf shop is a golf snow globe. And I'm like, oh my God. And then one of my daughter-in-laws bought me a snow globe that's way over there on that shelf. And then my son and my other daughter-in-law, because I'm a Mars expert, bought me this Mars snow globe. Now, they didn't know that story. They had no idea. And I'm like, I get it. And so at the time, I worked in a building where this woman had worked for 40 years in this place. And I walked into her office, and I hadn't been in there before. And on the left wall, the entire wall, was shelves and shelves of snow globes she had been collecting for 40 years. And that all happened within a very short period of time. And I'm like, all right, I get it. You're there. So you can test your guides. You can find your guides. I have exercises on my YouTube channel that you can find your guides through. orbs. Oh, orbs. I want to talk a little bit about orbs for just a second. Orbs can be spirit, and orbs can show themselves. Spirits can show themselves as orbs. But most photos, not all, most photos, especially with cell phones, the orbs are usually a light reflection. I take millions of pictures outside in nature, not millions, but I take a lot of pictures of the sun, of the moon, of stuff outside, and there's always some type of orb in it, and it's a reflection. So be very careful when you're looking at photos, especially from cell phones or digital cameras. The way the lenses are put together, they're in layers, or like my phone has like 2 or 3 cameras on the back. And so it'll pick up a little flash from the other lens and make an orb. So be very careful about that. Hi, Cindy, Christine. Oh, Alicia Nicole, how do I know if my mom made it to heaven? Okay, everybody, and this, I think I'm going to post about this week in the group. Everyone crosses to spirit. Nobody is stuck. If somebody tells you there's a spirit stuck, they're wrong. It's unethical and it's wrong. No one gets stuck here. No one. Your mom, no matter how they pass, does not matter. Everyone crosses to spirit, period. She's safe and at peace. Kathi and I are doing a live gallery Thursday at 7 p.m. in this group. If you want to join that and try to get a mini reading. Hi, Debbie. Oh, yay. A fellow Floridian. I have 2 alligators in my backyard, by the way. We have a big pond back there. We have all kinds of wildlife. Shayna got goosebumps. How do you ask your spirit guides to work with you? Great question. This is part of the class I teach as well. So, first you have to find your guide. Now, some people already know who their guide is. Most people have to find their guide. So I teach exercises where you find your guide. And it's too long to do on this short little mini class, but I have videos on my YouTube channel about it. If you want, I can send you the direct link if you email me. So you just ask them. Literally, it's that they're so easy to work with. They're not like people. There's no drama with your spirit guides. They are there to guide you and to help you. For instance, as someone who's been in education for 20 years, I am terrible at names. Absolutely terrible. I tell my students every year, I'm bad at names. Okay? Especially when you have 150 students a day, it's really hard to remember them. In my mediumship, I rarely get names. When I'm doing spirit communication, I rarely get names. But I've asked my guides, please help me go to the next level. I want to get more names in my readings. And whatever you can imagine happened, I started getting names left and right. And it was just as simple as me asking them that. Just that simple. Now, you have to build a relationship with them. You have to trust them. You have to allow. You have to trust the intelligence of spirit. You have to trust your guides, and you have to allow the information. If you're anxious or doubtful, that's going to stifle it. But I've done thousands of readings at this point. And if you trust that it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If you allow yourself to be a vessel for the guides and the spirits to work through, it's going to work. So you have to trust and allow. You just ask them. That's it. You just talk to them and ask them. We do something called Sitting in the Power. I also have YouTube videos about that, where it's like meditation, but you're meeting with your guides and loved ones and spirit. Sometimes just depends. Your helpers in spirit, and you just build a relationship and you sit with them. You feel the energy, feeling the energy of yourself and your guides and anyone else you connect with in spirit takes practice. Because if you think you're working with your guide and asking for guidance and it's always what you want to hear, you might want to think about, is that my energy or is that my guide's energy? You have to be able to differentiate. So I have some clients that I work with, you know, a few times a year, and sometimes they want to talk to the same spirit. And I can recognize that energy because I've communicated with that spirit many times. Oh, Shayna, yay. Debbie, my granddaughter sees spirit. We had a little boy who she said she always talked to. He died in a fire and was looking for his parents, so let me go to the light. Yeah, they can go to the light and still come around your daughter. He just feels comfortable with her, and she allows herself to see him. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. There's no harm will come to her. People who say I have poltergeists or evil spirits, those are manifestations of human stuff, not spirit stuff. Spirit's never evil. Spirit's never bad. So as long as your daughter's fine with it, I think it's great. And granddaughter. Yep. It's wonderful. He trusts them. Hi, Susan from the UK. Hi, everybody. Oh, hi, Kathy. So Kathi Smith is the medium you may all already know from this group. And we are going live together, as I said earlier, this Thursday at 7 p.m. To do free live mini readings. So if you're interested in getting to know me a little bit, I know Kathy's done live readings in the group before. This will be my second time only doing live readings. Oh, it's on Zoom. I'm sorry. It's on Zoom, and the link is in the event tab. And if you want the Zoom link, you can email either of us or send me a message somehow, you know, peacefulnikthemedium@gmail.com. Oh, Shayna will be there. I am absolute Angieska. Yes, I am sure no spirit is stuck. This is a great question. This is something that I get asked a lot. People will tell you spirits get stuck. They don't get stuck. I can tell you from two perspectives. One, as a medium, I've done many, many, many readings. No one has ever told me they were stuck. Two, as a scientist, I know, because I have an astronomy master's degree and I've studied a lot of physics, you can't control that energy. The energy of spirit is so much stronger than human energy. It can go anywhere it wants. I could just teach a whole class just on that. So nobody is stuck. If they're here and around you, that's just because they want to be here. They can go back and forth. They can go anywhere they want. They are not stuck. No. Christy, what's scary? I'm a little behind. Please give me your direct link for what, Nick? For my website? It's peacefulnikthemedium.com. The information's in the group. If you look at any of my posts, you can just search my legal name. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, I'm new. I lost my husband a month ago. I miss him. Oh, yes, he can guide you and be there with you. Yes. Hi, Connie. You guys should join the Zoom that Kathi and I are hosting on Thursday. The information's in the event tab of this group. Oh, Lauralee, that's a great question. Do your spirit guides tell you the names of your angels and tell you their names? My guide told me his name. I have two guides. One's my main guide, and one's a guide for special purposes. And they both told me their name. How do you get them to? You just ask them. Just say what, when they show up. I remember George showed up in the front of my head when I did my little meditation. And I said, what's your name? And he said, George. They don't care what you call them because they don't really have names. It's just the first name that popped in my head. And I knew after I tested them with the snow globes, I did an exercise in class with a fellow medium, Wendy D'Angelo, and we had to draw each other's guides. Now, I don't even think she remembers this because I asked her about it. And she drew my guide identical, and she didn't know, we didn't know who each other's guides were, but we had to draw it out, and she drew them identical. I was blown away. It was great. Suzanne, I asked my dad for signs or my mom, and within 3 days I get signs. Are these really my guide? No, they're your family. If you're asking your family for signs and you're getting the signs, that's your family. I was just giving the example about spirit guides. Yeah, if you ask your family for signs and you get them, absolutely, that's your family. Hi, Lynette. We're doing a Zoom. Kathi Smith and I are doing a Zoom Thursday. The information's in the event tab of this group. Hi, Gloria and Leah and Janine. Amy, I am fearful of flying. I feel like if I get on a plane, it will go down. Maybe it's just a previous life. I do not like to fly either. And it could be from a previous life. I have not had a past life regression. That's on my to-do list this year. It's possible. It's possible. Oh, Kathi just finished her readings for the day. Yay. Kathy's very busy. Very busy day. Connie, hi. Loro, where is the Zoom link? In the events tab of the Proof of Life group. Proof of Life after what the name of the group you're in. In the events tab, it's Thursday. It says free mediumship gallery with medium Kathi and Peaceful Nick. And it has the link on there. What time UK? Well, 7 here. I think you guys are 5 hours ahead of Eastern time. Would be midnight UK. I do go live on my YouTube on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, which I believe is 7 p.m. UK time on my YouTube channel Friday. And I do that for my friends in the UK and in other countries so they can catch me early enough. 2 o'clock Eastern Friday on my YouTube channel. And I give readings. Good evening, Era. Okay, my email, peaceful, the word peaceful, Nick, N-I-K, themedium, @gmail.com. I don't know. Oh, here, let me type it in. And my website is the same without the Gmail. peacefulnikthemedium.com. And I actually have made a coupon code just for this group for $50 off any reading. It's proof 50. I'll post about that tomorrow or the next day. But proof 50 for $50 off any reading that gets booked through this group. Kathi says, join us Thursday for mini readings. Perfect. Both are okay with him, but last night he just punched her bed. Ooh, and scared her. Yeah, they just try to get your attention. Yes, I do have alligators in my backyard. We live in a neighborhood with a giant pond, and our back window faces the giant pond. It's kind of cool because there's cranes out there and ducks, and there's tons of wildlife. And I stand out there and, oh, thank you, Kathi. I didn't see that before I typed it. I'm behind. Oh, Gloria has a great question, Kathi. Do animals have souls? Yes, and Kathi her specialty is animal communication. She does regular human communication and she's wonderful at it, but she specializes in animal communication, and I'm just gonna cry thinking about some of the readings I've seen her do with animal communications. She's amazing. So, yes, animals have souls, and I look at it like this. Because of my science background, I know different animals have different kinds of brains. So I look at it as any animal with a developed enough brain, for, certain parts of the brain being developed a certain way. Like, I don't think a spider has a soul, personally. I don't know that lizards would have a soul. Mammals, yes. Higher order thinking mammals, yes. Dolphins, probably. Whales, yes. All of the great apes, chimpanzees, all of those, yes. Dogs, cats, horses, bunnies, all of those. Yes, yes, yes. And Kathy's on here, Kathi Smith. But her website's kathybarons.com. All right, so Carol says, oh, that's a really long... Okay. My doorbell rang and jumped out of bed. I don't really know about that, Carol. You would have to email me that, and I'd have to take time to really read it and think about it. We're a little short on time. The Thursday Zoom is in the events page. It says Free Mediumship Gallery is the title. Oh, Nick, you got to get trained. You've got to get trained. You've got to get some boundaries in place. You can email me and I'll send you the information, and I'll send you some links. They're bugging you because they're trying to get your attention, and everybody has a guide. That's just, they do. Hi, Florentina. Oh, thank you for posting the link, Kathi. Oh, the time changes this week? Wow, that happened fast. I did not remember that. You're welcome, Julia. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Carol. Oh, Susan's fur kids. You got to contact Kathi. She's on here. Yes, Mary wants to know, do you think animals' soul can come back in another animal? Yes, I do. Definitely. It can happen to people. It can happen to animals. Yes, yes, yes. And people and animals can switch. Yes. Yeah, Nick, those are people. Nick wonders if some people have souls. Everybody has a soul. Some people just are very damaged. And some people, if you have kids, especially boys, girls sometimes too, but especially boys. I had sons, and I would have regular Legos and the Mega Blocks, generically Legos. And I look at people who are really don't mesh well with their soul and make bad choices, as somebody who, instead of their brain being a Lego and their soul being a Lego and it fitting together perfectly, one's a Lego and one's a Mega Block, and they don't really fit together correctly. And it's not that they don't have souls, it's just maybe the soul and the body didn't really match up correctly. That's how I describe it. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, Susan, I'm so sorry. Hi, Natasha. So we have covered all the clairs. So let's talk about psychic versus medium. Do you guys know the difference between psychic versus mediumship? Let me know. If you know what that is, let me know in the chat. And I will tell you that I have some stuff coming up. My beginner's class, which is what this is a preview for, starts March 16th. So let me know in the chat if you know the difference between psychic versus mediumship. For this group only, I have a coupon, Proof 50, for $50 off any reading if you're interested in a mediumship reading, private, one-on-one, full reading. peacefulnikthemedium.com. Yes, there's a big difference between them. Good, good, good. I'll get there in just a second. And Kathi and I are going live Thursday on Zoom. The information's posted in the group event page here. And we're going to be doing free mini mediumship readings. And we are going to be talking about the spirit exchange. If you want to know more about that, you can email me or put it in the chat and I'll tell you. So the difference between psychic and mediumship is a psychic reading specifically is when the person working, the psychic, connects to your aura and energy and reads things about your life. They can give you information about maybe the relationship you're in or the job you're, trying to get, or the house you're living in, or your roommate, or whatever the situation in your life right now is. They're going to connect with that. That's psychic. Mediumship is when the medium, connects with your loved ones in spirit, with loved ones who've passed away. So I am an evidential medium. I provide evidence to people about their loved ones in spirit through a connection with their loved ones in spirit. So I am just a vessel that the spirit world brings a connection through me, and I deliver the message. That's a medium. Now, psychics are not always mediums, but mediums always have some bit of psychicness in their work in order to make the connection properly. Now, what a medium shouldn't do is be giving a reading as they're connected to spirit and then start reading the person in front of them psychically, unless they specifically tell the client that they're going to do a psychic mediumship reading, because there's a difference, unless the client wants that, because nobody wants you to invade their personal energy and aura unless you have permission to do so. No, Mary, great question. Do you need to hold an object to connect to a specific person? No. I have, because my training occurred right before COVID started, I believe. All my training occurred over Zoom. And so all of I would say 95% of my mediumship readings have been over Zoom. So I'm not even in the same country often as my clients. So yeah, that's a great question. But people can hold objects and get energy and make a connection that way, just like people can look at photos and make a connection that way. There's a word for that, and it's escaping me right now. Kathi, if you remember that. Yes, so do you suggest any books that help enhance your personal journey with mediumship? I have a whole bookshelf over there. I've read You Are a Medium, which is excellent. I have read Journey of Souls by Michael Newton, which isn't necessarily a mediumship development book, but it is about, oh, thank you, psychometry. That's when you hold the object and get the energy from it. Thank you, Kathi. I've read lots of, I would have to look because I can't remember the names of all of them. And I can't see them from here. Yeah, I can't see them all. Proof of Heaven. I've read lots of books. You can email me. If you email me, I can send you a list. Yeah, Journey of Souls is wonderful. Wonderful. And then he has other books too. When I read Journey of Souls, it is about Dr. Michael Newton was a psychologist, and he accidentally slipped someone into a life between lives where they would lived one life and then they went to the spirit world and they were in spirit, and then they were living their next life, and he put them under hypnosis, and she slipped into a life between lives. And he ended up doing thousands of these readings. And when I read the book, because I had had so many experiences with mediumship already by the time I read the book, I was just weeping almost constantly through the book because it was validating the experiences I was having. And this book was written 20, 30 years ago, and I had no idea. It was awesome. Can your loved one that has passed away tell you what caused them to pass at a young age? Yeah, they can. They don't always do that. Often when I do readings, I get the way someone passed. I feel it in my body. I'll get chest pain for heart or lung. I've gotten stabbing pains before. I have felt like I've been shot before. A head trauma, like bashed in the head from a car accident, like when you hit the side of the car. So yeah, they can tell you. They don't always tell you. I've actually asked spirit, because when you do readings, sometimes you kind of got to coax them to answer. I've asked them, how did you pass? And sometimes they say they don't want to talk about it. A lot of time that is from passing from addiction, overdose, or unaliving. So sometimes they don't want to talk about it. Sometimes they just show you, or you feel it in your body, depending on the type of reading you're doing. So I am thrilled with the number of people who have shown up tonight. I am happy to do this again for the group. I have enjoyed tremendously answering these questions. I love answering questions. I love teaching about mediumship. I have a beginner's class starting March 16th. You can email me. Oh, Isabel. Oh, yeah. Those are visits. Oh, yes. Spirits Describe Heaven. Read Journey of Souls. You are very welcome. If you have any questions, email me. You can put a comment in the event over here. If you put it on one of my posts in the group, I might not see it. So email me or put it in the event. I still not sure if I'll see it. Email's probably best. It's okay. It's okay. I will be live Thursday on Zoom with Kathi. We're going to be doing mini readings there. If you want to join my class on March 16th, it's a 6-month mentorship. I can send you information on that. I would love to have you join. And if you want a personal one-on-one reading, I have a $50 off coupon for this group only. It's only for your group. It's proof 50. So if you have any questions, email me, and I will do another event. I have to look at my schedule before I post it. I will be live Friday on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, doing free readings Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I hope to see you all Thursday with me and Kathi. And if not Thursday, Friday at 2 on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been my pleasure, and I will see you again soon. And thank you, Kathi. I'll see you guys later. Bye.